today we've got a power couple from Blue Blood, Shaaista Khan Osman and Osman. Welcome, guys.
Ivan, it's been such a long time, eh? From sitting in your office all the time to sitting and talking in Zoom, what the world has become.
Yeah.
Bringing literal tears to my eyes. I miss you that much.
I miss you guys too. How's Dubai treating you, and how's this lockdown treating you in Dubai?
Nobody prepared us for this heat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, nobody prepared us for this heat.
Well, currently, we at 40 degrees during the day and about degrees at night.
What?
So the heat is crazy. And when you look at your weather app, it shows you mist as a weather.
Yeah.
When you go out, you cannot see the buildings. You can't see anything. You can't see your neighbor's house.
Yes.
So we're blessed in the sense that Dubai was about 4 to 5 weeks ahead of the curve globally in terms of COVID-19. So in terms of our entertainment business on this side, we already knew what was going to be South Africa was going to be facing. So when you guys went into lockdown on the 23rd or 24th of March, we were already lockdown on the 5th of March already.
Kind of informal lockdown.
It was called Stay at Home. That was the campaign. They were doing
sterilization.
a sterilization program throughout the whole of the Emirates.
Yeah.
That being said, we were ahead of the curve to prepare us for what to expect with our entertainment and our year calendar.
First questions first.
Yeah.
How is Empress Palace? How is everybody at Empress Palace?
Empress Palace is still standing. We're just not in the building. It's still standing. We're just not in the building. We all on lockdown. So we're on stage 3 right now, and we're hoping quite soon we'll be on on level 1, where we can open our doors again to our customers, open our doors to you. Have our very first. Yeah.
You commend the team at Piermont and Empress Palace, because of their weekly communications that they're giving to their loyal customers.
Absolutely.
Whether you came in for entertainment, whether you came in for the gaming aspect.
Yeah.
There's mailers that you receive, there's SMSs. If you look at your social media platform, and some guys behind the scenes in terms of what they're doing, because they're keeping the engine going. It's you have to be relevant in today's times, especially in your face. People are going a lot, and Empress Palace has been at the forefront.
Yeah. So with everything that's happening around the world, so what's your take in terms of the entertainment industry? I know the entertainment industry is taking quite a knock right now. What do you think the future of entertainment is, especially live entertainment?
Look, I think, Ivan, it's paramount now that as promoters, talking specifically and purely from Blue Blood side, and as a promoter, we first and foremost look at the humanity behind what is going on. We are all desperate for shows. We are all desperate to get back to what we love and what we're passionate about, and that's bringing people together and really being in the business of happiness. But right now, it is safety first. It is really safety first. And in terms of looking forward, we're going to get there. It's going to be positive. We're all going to have fantastic shows again. It's flattening the curve, number 1. And number 2, just riding the wave of what is important and what is needed for right now.
Yes.
The entertainment industry was the first industry to be affected with COVID-19. Before borders were closed, before flights were locked down, people were told to stay at home. First thing that every government organization throughout the world took. And, that being taken away, a lot of people's livelihoods, your freelancers, the people of the venues, your artists, all of that were affected. But like Shaaista said, first, we're going to bounce back from it. When we do, I think we're going to come out stronger in terms of entertainment. Because people currently right now are sitting at home.
I think what's actually happening is really poetic, because we got to a point, and I mean, even in our business, we got to a point last year where there was so much. I mean, on a night, you know, you're hopping between a dinner or a gala dinner and a show and then a music concert, and you know, you're kind of trying to be everywhere and do everything.
There was one point in Blu Blood where we hosted 3 events in one night, and me and Shaaista was split because we didn't know where to be. You know, it was here in Dubai. There was 3 different big events that were happening, and we were running around in terms of it. So, like Shaaista said, there was a lot that was happening. So we're taking a breather, we're taking a break, we're going back, and we're looking at what the audiences would now want, what makes sense.
I think for me, where the poetry comes in, Ivan, really is that when this is finished, God willing, God bless us all for this to just be over. I firmly believe that people are going to really appreciate the entertainment, and they're going to appreciate artists. And you know, where a lot of the times it was, oh, you know, could you do a better deal for an artist, or why a ticket price is so high? I think, you know, a coming together of minds where ticket prices are going to be affordable to everyone. But and everyone is going to want to come out and see all the different shows.
So my next question is, I know you guys are very professional and do the best in terms of entertainment. I've worked with you guys for ages and ages, and you guys have worked with Empress Palace for the longest of time. And I know you've just ventured into kiddies entertainment, but you've also done comedy and Bollywood. What do you think the next step would be, or what is the next biggest thing that you guys would venture into after this?
So look, you know, Blu Blood is a brand.
I'm sorry, I just need to, I need to tease you here, okay?
Yeah.
I understand that the next step is just the next show.
What is the next show, and what do you think would work then?
You know, Blu Blood is a brand from eventing. We do comedy, local comedy, we in international comedy, we in the Bollywood, we in the kiddies event. So as a brand, holistically, we tasked and we've done everything that's out there. You know, I think live shows to me, I've looked at the concept and power to everyone that is doing it. But the feel is not the same. You know, we're looking at platforms ourselves. And in time, we need to evolve and we need to adapt into what the market is going to. What do we see happening post COVID-19, post you know, lockdown 1 within South Africa? I think there's 2 parts that we need to figure out. One is that you have the fear of people going out, because you're only going to get your audiences that's going to return in numbers once there's some sort of drug, some sort of vaccine, some sort of medication that's there for coronavirus, because that's real. It's a real aspect that's out there. People are getting sick. It's spreading like wildfire throughout communities. It knows no race, no colors. And then you're going to, if there is, and hopefully that's very soon, because there's a lot of medications that are out there, a lot of trials that are being done, I think we bounce back in no time. Within a few months, you get your audience to be out fully, coming out to support you. If not, you have to figure out the social distancing rules in terms of having events. And I think from our point of view, you know, it gives us a better position now that we're here, because we're at the forefront of developing things here with venues, with governments, with tourism, and whatever the case may be, to understand. And, you know, the first notion is to say public gatherings to go over 50 people to at least 50% of the venue. And then you need to take that decision to protect your patrons. So there's a 2-prong approach. One is getting everyone's mindset to understand that as producers and as venues, right, you're taking every precaution that's out there in terms of making sure that COVID-19 is not spread through transmission. Then the other thing is figuring out the new floor plan, figuring out how people are going to be seated. Because when people come out to, you know, to shows, and we've seen this numerous times, people buy 1 ticket, they buy 20 tickets. You know, they buy 200. That's how they want to sit. Now you have to go back and you have to figure out and say, is there a family section? Is there a single section? Is there a couple section? How do you spread that out? And, I think the world is not yet ready. People are still figuring that out from the live entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Hence, they online concept and they're doing the video on demand concept and whatever, because people need to bring in an income now. But while they're doing that, they're also trying to figure out what is a socially distant show. So all eyes are on China, where COVID-19 has started. All eyes are on Dubai, who's talking about starting to do shows in July, August. In Australia, they've just done a socially distant show. So us as promoters are sitting back and saying, how does it work? Working with venues such as Empress Palace and figuring it out, how do we do it? I mean, do you have to have the venues fogged before the show, after the show? Do you need sanitization stations?
I think
all of those procedures need to be put in.
I think hygiene levels is going to reach its peak, and that's a great thing, because we're humanity, we're a race of contact, of touch. Ivan, give him a hug, give him a kiss, give him a handshake.
High five after a successful show, everyone's celebrating.
Exactly. So things are different now,
Especially in shows, we need to understand that what a show does, what a show brings to a person, to an individual, is that happiness, that memories that are cultivated, those memories that are jogged by listening to a favorite song that an artist may sing on stage. And when we always say we're in a blessed business, Ivan, we really are.
Yeah.
In saying that, when we do these socially distanced planning for these shows, we need to enhance the real experience for those people that are coming out and coming to enjoy a show with us. So I think really, like, the hygiene levels, fogging a venue before, the
safety first. You need to have
everything.
Safety needs to be paramount. From a marketing point of view, you're not going to just be marketing the show. You're going to be marketing the safety aspect. Entertainment it's a blessed business to be in, because when someone walks into that venue, they completely forget about all their problems. They leave it at the door.
Absolutely.
Their fears, their problems.
Whether
it's tomorrow's problem. For that night, you in that moment, you taking in the lights, spectacular, and whatever foods that are in and around you, and the amazing people that you wouldn't ordinarily meet if you were just at work or at home. You get to socialize with everybody. So, the entertainment industry, and I think every artist will tell you this, is that it is such a blessed industry.
So with the economy taking a knock like this and everything not going so well, do you think now the value of South African entertainment will depreciate that low, or do you think will be very consistent? And when you go to a show, if you paid 150 last year, would you still pay 150 next year? Or you think that the value of it wouldn't be, and the experience of it wouldn't be the same as before?
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When you have a beautiful diamond, and you go through a war or a Great Depression, or pandemic, does that beauty of that diamond lose anything?
Never.
Yeah. So that's just it. The beauty of this industry will be that. And for the patrons that are going to come out and support the artists, they're coming out for the love of what they are coming to enjoy, and for the appreciation of the artists that are on stage.
Well, what I do think is that post-COVID-19, to a certain extent, artists are going to be more negotiable, in terms of their ask and their prices, which would directly then be passed on to the ticket
maybe they won't ask for an Evian water, they'll ask for a Blu Blood water.
Technical writers would be covered. But I think we also need to take cognizance of what's happening with you. Yes, pre-COVID-19, it was becoming harder to fill up the venues, but we were doing it successfully.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know that. I've seen it.
Africa was already suffering with a lot of aspects that were going wrong. Your load sheddings, and there was retrenchments, and companies were looking at downsizing and whatever. So as much as people had money, they were hanging on till the last minute to come out and buy a show.
Yeah.
Now that you have 19 and people have stocked up their fridges when lockdown happened. If you read the newspapers, they say 4 billion rand was spent pre-lockdown.
Yeah.
That money is, people are holding on. People are trying to, taking salary cuts, pay cuts, and whatever the case may be. Yes, they're going to come back to the shows.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be, a phenomenal response when it does come back, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
But we as promoters, us as venues, us as the ticketing providers,
Yeah.
all need to understand the number of factors to get those people back to where they were. And our ask can't be exorbitant. We need to go and negotiate with the artists. Whatever the ticket prices you were seeing on our shows wasn't going on. You know what I'm saying? Majority of it, and you would know, was going into artists, venue cost, sound, lighting, all of that.
Absolutely.
And especially, and more so the experience.
Yeah, I know you guys have ventured into Africa, into the African market, and you've done shows outside of South Africa, especially for Bollywood. I'm very interested into how is the market in Africa in terms of Bollywood.
Look, it's not as big as South Africa. I think if you're looking at Africa as a continent, and if you're looking at Bollywood, we have a bigger population. More showgoers that have experience. In Africa, you're looking at, it's expats that have just freshly went into that country, whether, Africa, West Africa, North Africa. And it's a smaller demographic, but it's a very interesting market to be in because, it was such a learning experience. I mean, we've done shows in Botswana, we've done shows in Swaziland, we've done Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria.
Wow.
Nigeria. Ivan, I must say, one thing that Thomas does and does so well, is with your gaming guys and high five or elbows up to them, is yes, no more high fives.
No more.
You guys at Empress Palace and Piedmont as a group bring patrons from all over Africa. I mean, we love it. Absolutely. We love how many patrons we meet at our shows, our comedy shows, our Bollywood shows, that Empress Palace has brought and enticed from all over Africa to come down to South Africa for these shows and to make a weekend out of it.
So in these interviews, we've got a couple of segments, right? So right now I'm going to move to a certain segment where I want your fans to actually know about you a bit, right? So we've asked them to send us 5 questions. So they've sent those questions. I'm going to read them out later. But right now I'm going to ask you a few from our side again. So this one goes to Osman, right? Osman, a few years ago, you and Shaaista had a mutual friend that invited you, but you didn't know Shaaista, right? You guys were in the same building, you didn't know her. What happened from that moment when you saw her? What happened?
So let me tell you, that's a friend of ours.
Is one of
our best friends, and he's the guy that's backstage at every show doing a lot of the hard work. The funny story of it all is when I met Shaaista. I didn't know she existed. I didn't know she existed, but I
didn't know he existed.
But which was strange for me. Which was strange because I grew up in a community in Lothian, and Shaaista always said it very well that I was a love child of Lothian. And I grew up in the streets, and everyone knew me because I was doing these little community events, and I used to get a local newspaper every month.
I must add, much to his mother's dismay. I mean, she tried desperately to phone him and to tell him to come home, and come have dinner. This Lothian love child was just always out of the community.
But the thing is, when Shaaista said she didn't know me and we were in his store, he had a store and he used to do artwork.
Still does.
He still has the station.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was Osman Square, not Osman. And he turned around and said, "Who are you?" And I said, "Osman Square." And she said, "Who's that?" And there was probably about 50 people in the store.
This is my face. Who?
There was probably about 50 people. That's it.
Okay,
Don't know him.
sorry, that's an exaggeration. There was about 15 people in the store. Okay.
So anyway, there were 15 people in the store, and she turned around saying she doesn't know me, and that was a challenge. So
yeah,
you know, when I got the number, I made sure she knew who I am.
I need to interject. Okay, so when he said I'm Osman Square, right?
yeah.
And everyone in the store, and I swear it was like something out of a sitcom. Everyone in the store, and I said, who? And everyone in the store went, you don't know Osman Square? And
then we became.
I felt like I was in a sitcom.
So then we became friends, and we started chatting a lot.
Yeah.
And I invited one of my community events, which was the Lodium Community Bazaar.
Yeah.
And I held this elaborate fireworks display for Shaaista.
Well, which I didn't know was for me, but I was asked to rush over at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
And as you know me, I'm not early for anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So there I had the police and the fire marshal.
I stopped traffic. I held traffic for 20 minutes. I had the fire marshal fighting with me to say, light this fireworks. And I said, it's my fireworks, it's my show, people.
And he was on one phone with the police and his friends and everyone, and like, just hold it. And he's on the other phone with me, like, where are you? And I pulled up, we ran from the car, and I was like, okay, I'm here. What's the way? What do you need me to do? Because you're saying to me, do something for me. So you need to get to the ground like now. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm getting there. So I get there and I go, okay, I'm here. I'm literally, my foot is on the ground. And I literally stepped over there's like these little chains with the little poles. And I literally put over. And I just hear him screaming on the phone, she's here. Oh and the sky lights up.
Oh my God.
And my whole family go, is that for you?
So to answer your question, I ended up getting the girl and marrying her. And then we jumped down a whole lot of rabbit holes.
Together.
Cricket teams, did a whole lot of fascinating things. And the journey still continues.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely. So Shaaista, when did you know now that he is the one? And again, it's very difficult to partner with your partner when it comes to business. When did you actually decide that, you know what, let me go ahead, he's the one, and he's the one person that I want to partner with when it comes to business?
You know, it's actually a very cute story. So we both knew that we liked each other. Okay? So we were friends and we were friendly, and we could literally talk about anything. And my mom said to me for the few months that we were chatting, she said to me, who is this guy you're talking to? So I said, Mom, it's just a guy. It's just a friend. So she said, you sure? And I said, yeah. She said, why? You know?
Yeah.
And because, you know, the laughter that's coming out of your room every night is just so heartening. It's making my heart really
I was just that fat, jolly guy, right?
Oh, shame, man.
She just, you know, the happiness that I hear is really, really sweet. So I said, oh, that's like something that I haven't actually noticed. So we went for coffee the one night, and he actually had a Riyadh Musa show.
Yes.
He had a Riyadh Musa show in the Navy. Okay.
Yes.
You make it sound like it's an aha moment. Maybe he doesn't know.
Dude, in peak hour traffic, I drove home with this, I think it was the cute trophy, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to wear glasses back then.
Yeah.
And it was a nerdy type person, and it said property of Shaaista Khan. And so I got this gift and I came and dropped it off for you. Now I'm your property.
So essentially, I wanted a heart, but when I saw this trophy, it reminded me of, because it's like, it's perfectly imperfect. And when he said that to me, it just rang every bell in my head. And he handed this little trophy to me.
Yeah.
We still have it.
Of course we do.
Very
my kids know how much it means to me, so they like, it's in their room in South Africa, but they keep it very neat. And the trophy said property of Shaaista Khan. And when I looked at him and I said, like, okay, you know, you're being cute or you're being naughty? And he was like, no, I'm being sincere. Like, meet to you. And it was his sweet gesture. Instead of just saying, oh, I love you, it was him actually saying, you got me, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when we started off in life, I was doing franchise consulting. I was doing events.
Yeah.
Shaaista was events, but for corporate stuff.
Yeah.
And my company, she had her company. Shaaista did the FIFA World Cup. She did Netbank Golf Challenge and a whole host of corporate stuff.
Yeah.
And I was this little guy who was doing little Indian shows and running around.
It's very, very little.
Usai from one town to the other.
Yeah.
And we both wanted our company name to be there up in lights. And we were double the amount of money. Shaaista was doing her corporate gifts. I was doing mine.
Yeah.
We were running these events, helping each other. And we decided that at that point, what makes us happy?
Because you were building two individual brands.
Yes.
And it didn't make sense, right? Building his brand, he's building my brand.
Yeah.
It's just more important for us to actually invest in each other and build together. And Ivan, to answer your question, I found my home right here.
You know what your fans called you on our social media pages, right? Hashtag couple goals.
Thank you. There were a lot of crazy ideas. Pitched a lot of concepts and sat with Nigel and now with Clive and you sitting with Andy, and there was a whole host of people that actually believed in us. That believed that because me and Shaaista are part of it, that took the risk on us at the time when we needed it the most. And being an independent business at that time, we were a small business. We were newly married, and they took the gamble on us. And we hope that we
came on taking a gamble and it working out.
And the gamble we took, it got us to grow and better ourselves and deliver a better product each time as we went, from event after event. And we've developed some great brands. I mean, the Kings and Queens of Comedy was started at
big brand,
Stand Up Melbourne was started at Empress Palace. Jokers of July was done at Empress Palace. Just all of those IPs and intellectual property that we created, the Empress got behind, and we went out and did the shows. So I'd like to thank Empress for that.
No, awesome stuff. Okay, we're gonna move to the next segment right now. Next segment comes from your fans. Okay, I'm gonna read 5 of their questions, and you guys are gonna answer their questions. Okay.
Rapid fire.
So the first question comes from Imran in Pretoria. I don't know if you know Imran, because you guys are from Lodium. Imran wants to know, what is the best event ever organized by Blu Blood? Like your favorite, your best, the standout event that you guys organized.
Every event of ours, personally, is my favorite. I'm a big Atif Aslam fan. That hands down, everyone knows, whoever knows me knows. It's one artist that I absolutely enjoy doing his show over and over again. So Atif Aslam shows for me have, always stand out. But I loved every event that we've done.
For me, it is absolutely the very first event that we ever did together. Pankaj Das at Empress Palace.
Oh.
With Pankaj Ji.
Empress Palace.
Of course. I feel like the home of Bollywood in South Africa is Empress Palace.
And the home of comedy.
Yeah. The home of entertainment.
It was, for me personally, it was definitely that show because it was the beginning of a fantastic life of Blu.
Next question comes from, I don't know if it's Gerard or Gerard. So Gerard wants to know who makes the final call. Is it Osman or Shaaista?
Very, very interesting. I still don't know. I just have to, I always say I sleep with my boss. So,
Okay, so
I think that
this is how it works. This is how it works, guys.
Yeah.
I have the mad idea.
Crazy
ideas. Osman throws his hands up in the air and goes, it's not gonna work, you nuts. And then I sit down and I say, listen, I've asked you to make this work. we're going to make this work. And then Osman goes,
and I execute it, you know.
Challenge accepted. And then he executes it. And
so the hardest part for me is
end.
making sure that I have to fulfill on this task, you know, these crazy ideas. So I would say, you know, it's a joint decision, but, you know, the bottom line of it all is when you're working together as a couple, you need to understand and switch off. And, you know, sometimes you break that boundaries because you talking about something and an idea and what's happening in business all the time. But you just need to go back and realize that there's a certain point where you have to switch off from work and then just be it.
Yeah, awesome. So the next question comes from Cuban. Cuban is all the way from Durban. So he wants to know, was Riyad Musa your biggest break?
To me, I think, you know, I have a very special relationship with Riyad Musa, and I also discussed this in another interview, where in 2007, when I started doing local community events, I had only heard about this Muslim comedian called Riyad Musa. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know what was stand-up comedy, but everyone was going nuts bringing Riyad Musa to Lodi.
Disclaimer, he falls asleep in every comedy show.
I fell asleep at Dave Chappelle. And Dave was quite very upset with me
right now.
for doing that, because South African comedians over there went and actually told him that I fell asleep at his show. But I use jet lag. I'm always jet lag. But nevertheless, Riyad Musa gave me the opportunity in 2010 to do his show in Lodi. To a certain extent, yes, in the comedy industry. Before then, I did an event for Gift of the Givers, where I put up this event, and it was like-minded people that had come together. Riyad then allowed me to take him to where I lived, which was Lodi, and we had successfully done, you know, 2 amazing shows. Because at that time, you know, comedy was done in 3 different venues. It was done in Durban at the Playhouse, at Joburg at the Civic Theatre, and in Cape Town at the Baxter Theatre. When we said we were going to go out and do these shows, every comedian, like Riyad Musa, wanted to know what we were bringing to the table, because they didn't need people like us. They already had people like us during the events. But we were taking them to all the small towns, and we created a circuit. Whether it was in Rustenburg, we went to Rio Casino, to Klerksdorp, to Mafeking, everywhere.
So I think Osman's big break was definitely with Riyad Musa.
So I'm going to move to the next question quickly. So it comes from Margaret in Southdale. She wants to know, do you guys ever fight about money? Which show or which shows to do, or which shows needs to take place?
Okay, so I'm going to answer this one.
Yeah.
We never fight about money.
That's awesome. That's
because
good.
Both of us, we're not born with silver spoons. Okay. And we both come from humble beginnings, and we both understand that you can have it today and lose it tomorrow, and have nothing today and have everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
So all about the hard work, the dedication, and the trust in God that He will give, He will provide.
Yeah.
So we fight about money. I don't know if you.
No, we've never had that. Yes, we fight about shows sometimes.
Absolutely.
Artists, in terms of the craziness of which artist I want to do, which artist Shaaista wants to do.
Yeah.
And I'm always the crazy one. So I'm, contrary to popular belief, he's the eccentric one, I'm the crazy one. Okay, so the Art of Aslam and Sonu Nigam, one stage doing it back to back is like, trust me, our compadres at Showtime were like, why? Why?
There were a number of, especially with Bollywood side of things, which I said
conceptualized. No. I must tell you, Ivan, please let me just, Margaret, thank you for this question. I must tell you that when we started with Kings and Queens, oh my God, this guy was, so I couldn't see actually. I had contact lenses. Yeah. And I came with this fantastic plan while he was sleeping. So I emailed it in the middle of the night. And he woke up, saw this email and this mad plan, and I created the logo and the design and the color scheme and everything, and even the lineup, right?
And he woke up.
And there he was, just standing in his boxer shorts, and I couldn't see a damn thing because I didn't have my lenses in. And his hands were in the air, and he was shouting, and he's like, you can't, it's never gonna happen, no. And lo and behold, he got behind it.
So the last question comes from Mavis, okay? She wants to know, what is the next biggest thing for Blue Blood?
So I think the next thing for us is just to get through COVID-19. What we have had an extensive calendar for 2020. There was a lot of things that we had not announced that were already signed, sealed, venues were booked, and you would know firsthand about it. Absolutely. We had to reach our dates. We had to negotiate contracts. We had to move all of that to 2021 in terms of doing that. I think right now we're just praying that globally, that COVID-19, that there's a solution found to it. And, we're looking at the online platforms, which I'm personally not the biggest fan on, but fan of.
To say this to you, in terms of live entertainment, we are so eager for the next show. Okay. But over and above and beyond that, Blue Blood has ventured into the PPE space, and I need to tell you that the reason that we started the PPE special projects under Blue Blood is one key reason, Ivan, is this, that the amazing people of South Africa have come out and supported so many different events, hundreds of thousands of seats over the years. And our way to give back to that community, to our people, is through my husband's genius and madness, put together a special project called Blue Blood PPE to make affordable and actually available, PPE equipment to all people.
I think when we started this about 10 or 12 weeks ago, prices were quite exorbitant out there, and we were the first guys to actually break that price back. And
we got a lot of flack for it, We got a lot of calls going, what do you think you're doing? There's enough
we got
to go around.
a lot of appreciation from the people that actually needed it, people that actually found it that was way exorbitant. People were just out to profiteer over them. And that for Blue Blood was the next aspect.
My favorite story that came out of Blue Blood PPE.
Special projects.
Blue Blood Special Project PPE is that a elderly couple called the offices and said, they just need 2 face shields. And Osman being Osman, I don't need to tell you that obviously he sent it to them, as a gift. But in saying that, the call was so beautiful because they told Joy from our offices that they really want to thank us, and they really want to thank the team that is sitting in the office and taking the calls and send out the SMSs to all the Blue Blood patrons and send out the emails to all the Blue Blood patrons, so that they felt special and they felt that their safety was also a priority.
Do you think the evolution of entertainment would be digital? Or you think
for the short term?
Yes.
For the short term, it's like I always refer to the fact, and if you look at online shopping, it's phenomenal, it's great, it's convenient. When everyone experienced it, there was just this huge boom in it. But retailers were losing money. Now retailers and online shopping are on the same level. So there's going to come a point, in the short term where digital media is what everyone's going to be going to, and figuring out how to monetize that. But also going to be the fact where people want to go to a live event, where they want to sit in that chair, sitting at Empress Palace, looking at that stage, complaining to us that, the seat they can't see over the next person over them. We missed that. But, the company's it's gonna come in time. Hopefully, I think this month is a big month. You can either go forward or you can go back, and we'll all figure out together globally where we stand with COVID-19.
So the last segment is called 5 over 5, right? So I'm going to give you the first question. It's 2 options, so you have to choose one. So you have to make consensus. So you guys have to choose one answer between you guys. Okay, so you must agree to disagree on this one. Okay, choose between Bollywood and comedy. Which one would you choose?
Choose Bollywood comedy. A bit of both. Bollywood comedy.
I swear I was going to say the same thing.
We've done that at Empress Palace. You know that we had a Bollywood comedy night.
And a Lakshmi.
Okay, this one is a bit difficult because you've worked with both. So, Riyad Musa or Joey Rajdeen?
Oh, come on, God.
Who would you listen for 2 hours?
Who would
you listen to for 2 hours straight without sleeping hours?
Both of us, and I think I can confidently say this and answer this on both of our behalf.
Yeah.
Is that we both love Joey tremendously. Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to strictly halal, for the barakah, doctor's orders, life begins.
Yeah.
We know every word for word of Riyad Musa.
I was telling a joke with Riyad Musa to say that if he ever gets ill, I'll go on stage dressed as him and do the joke.
Next one is Sonu Nigam or Atif Aslam?
For me, Atif Aslam. I love Sonu Nigam. He's here in Dubai. I've chatted with him. I've met with him. I love him. But for me, my all-time, and I think he even knows that my all-time favorite is Atif Aslam.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you're gonna have a split on this one because I'm gonna go Sonu Nigam. He's gonna go Atif Aslam. And the only reason I say this is because he has a song called Abe Mujhme Kahi. Yeah. Where he has a conversation with God. And that just resonated with me for a few years when
There's a movie called Agni Pat. That was the movie.
It was and in concert he actually has this conversation with God, and it's the most beautiful song I have ever heard in my life.
So the next one, the fourth one is visual shows versus live shows. Live shows. That's pretty obvious.
I'd rather be having this conversation in your office at Empress Palace than on Zoom.
Exactly. It's gonna happen pretty soon. So the last one is this one. This one is very easy, but I don't know how you guys are gonna answer. Dubai or South Africa?
South Africa. South Africa is where our support system is. We have an amazing system in Dubai, but home is where we grew up. We know people. When we walk onto places, people identify us, know us because we have a relationship.
Yeah. So we've come to the end of the interview, but you guys have been great. And one thing from me and from my side, from Empress Palace, we miss you guys. We miss having you around. We miss having you in our offices, speaking and planning your awesome events. One thing else I know for a fact.
I'm just jumping around Empress Palace from office to office and not taking no for an answer and walking up corridors, knowing everyone. I miss those faces, those smiles, those greetings. We're just waiting for that lockdown one to get there, and we're coming back with a bang to welcome everyone back to the Palace of Dreams.
Absolutely. I've got no doubt. But thank you. And thank you for your time. And enjoy Dubai for now. And we'll look forward to having you back in SA. What's that?
You're bringing me to tears. You owe me some Kleenex.
No, man, you guys are doing so well, and you're doing so well for everyone. I mean, whether it's, like I said, whether it's kiddies entertainment, whether it's just entertainment, whether it's Bollywood, whether it's comedy, you guys are doing so well, and you've got such a following. You can see from the questions that we have that you guys have an awesome following, and you've been doing so well for the entertainment industry at large. And again, crossing across Africa, you guys are doing so well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan.
It's a large part to Empress Palace, and we and the entire team at Piedmont, from right on the top to right at the bottom. I don't look at it like that because let me tell you, the guys all across the board. Okay. Oh my God, you guys are all so special to us. I'm actually at a loss for words and getting very emotional now. But thank you so much for everything that you do, Empress Palace and the Piedmont team. You guys are so amazing, and thank you for all the love and giving us this opportunity and this platform.
And stay safe, guys. Remember, sanitize. Happy birthday twice. Don't touch your face with your hand.
Yeah.
And just socially distance for now. That's the main thing, everyone. Please, we want to see you at the next event. We want to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. So in closing, your social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
It's at Blu Blood Africa. That's our company. You can follow us on all platforms. If you want to know what we're getting up to in the Middle East, it's Blu Blood Middle East. I'm at Osman Square or Osman on Facebook, Osman Square on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm Shaaista Khan Osman on all platforms, including my website.
Yes, blueblood.com. BLUBLOOD.com.
We'd like to thank everyone and thank you, Ivan, especially, my love. I hope that we can have this next meeting in hotter country. You know, you're not sitting tied up to here in a Piermont jersey.
It's really cold out here. Yeah, awesome stuff. I really look forward to seeing you guys again, for us to create that magic and make it work. And again, like the people have said, #couple goals. You guys keep up the good work, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much.
Keep doing it.
Cheers. The Blu Blood way.